The steel gate on North Delaware Street creaked open in the gray dawn of Independence, Missouri. It was 1953. A man in a simple gray suit and wire-rimmed glasses stepped onto the sidewalk, adjusted his fedora, and began walking alone. No motorcade, no bodyguards, no Secret Service. Just one man walking at exactly 120 paces per minute, the military cadence he had learned decades earlier in World War I. 3 years before, 2 assassins had attacked Blair House, firing 31 bullets in less than 3 minutes. A Secret Service agent died protecting this man. And yet, here he was, walking alone through quiet streets where anyone could approach him. The neighbors whispered the same question. Had he lost his mind? What they didn't understand was this. This wasn't recklessness, it was defiance. The man was President Harry S. Truman, and this walk was a statement about democracy itself. Long before the White House, Truman knew failure. In 1922, his haberdashery business collapsed. He stood outside the locked doors with $20,000 in debt, a ruined reputation, and no college degree. "I'll pay back every cent," he told his wife Bess. And he did, over 15 hard years. Failure taught Truman something success never could. Humility is strength. Through local politics, Truman rose from county administrator to U.S. senator. The elites mocked him, a machine man, a nobody, a failed shopkeeper. Even then, Truman walked every morning alone, thinking, reading, learning history on his own terms. Then came April 12, 1945. Franklin D. Roosevelt was dead. Harry Truman was president. Within weeks, he learned about the atomic bomb. Within months, he would make decisions that shaped the modern world. And the morning after becoming president, Truman did the same thing he always did. He walked. At 7 a.m., Truman stepped out of the White House and began walking down Pennsylvania Avenue. The Secret Service panicked. "Mr. President, this isn't safe." Truman didn't slow down. "I've walked my whole life. I'm not stopping now." From that day on, Truman walked almost every morning, through Washington, through poor neighborhoods, past ordinary Americans. He talked to laundrywomen, factory workers, children. He listened. To Truman, walking wasn't exercise, it was accountability. Then came November 1st, 1950. 2 armed attackers stormed Blair House trying to kill him. One Secret Service agent, Leslie Coffelt, died stopping them. America expected Truman to retreat behind walls. He didn't. The next morning, Truman walked again. Coffelt died defending the right of Americans to have a president who walks among them, Truman said. In January 1953, Truman left office. There was no lifetime Secret Service protection then. He and Bess Truman walked to Union Station, boarded a regular train, and returned to Missouri as private citizens. Days later, Truman opened his front gate in Independence and began walking, alone, just as he had as president. Children asked him if he was afraid. "Afraid of what?" he smiled. "You're my neighbors." Truman kept walking for years, through small towns, through New York City, through everyday America, until 1965, when new laws forced Secret Service protection on former presidents. Truman stopped walking. "If I can't walk alone," he said, "I won't walk at all." Harry Truman died in 1972. He lived long enough to see presidents surrounded by armored vehicles, walls, and distance, but he never changed his belief. "I was the president, not an emperor. I served the people. They didn't serve me." Truman didn't walk alone because he was fearless. He walked alone because he understood something profound. When leaders separate themselves from the people, democracy begins to die. Power isolates. Walls corrupt. Distance turns servants into rulers. So Truman walked, every morning, every stage of life, at 120 paces per minute. A failed shopkeeper, a president, a citizen first. And he left behind one quiet, dangerous lesson. True leadership doesn't hide behind walls. It walks among the people.